Author's POV. That's it, that's my explanation. Becky froze on her seat. She didn't know what to say or what to do. The thing she just heard from Freen is a bit too much for her to handle. I'm sorry, Becky. I'm really sorry, Freen said, in the verge of begging for forgiveness while Becky breathed heavily and closed her eyes. I need a time, Becky stuttered and stood up from the couch, quickly walk away from the living room, leaving Freen. Freen let out a loud sigh as she massaged the bridge of her nose. She didn't know what to expect from Becky at this point. It was so hard to read what the younger girl had been feeling. Should she stop and wait for the results? Or should she keep trying and trying? Becky sat on the bed, devastated after hearing Freen's unexpected explanation. The first thing crossing her mind was, how did Freen went through all of that? For 4 years? Oh God. Becky exhaled and tears started gushing down her cheeks. Crying sound could be heard from the bedroom. Freen stood up and went towards the bedroom. Leaning her body on the wall, Freen can hear how much pain Becky feels. Freen couldn't take it anymore. She rushed inside and knelt in front of the younger girl. Becky looked down and saw the older girl looking at her. Becky, Freen stuttered, taking both of her hands. Becky sobs, but no words coming from her mouth. She didn't even push the woman in front of her. She knew there's no use for that already after knowing the truth behind the missing person. I know it's hard for you to accept this, but what I need you to know is my feelings for you never change even a bit. There's not a single day that I didn't think about you. How could I leave you just like that, Becky? You are carrying my last name and our baby 𝖗𝖊𝖇𝖊𝖈𝖆. I'm so sorry, my love, I'm sorry. Let me fix this again, please? Please, 𝖗𝖊𝖇𝖊𝖈𝖆. I would do anything just to have you again. All I need right now is for you to have some hope in me. I beg you, my love, please, Freen spoke, leaning her head on the younger girl's knees. Becky closed her eyes and cried harder. All she could do is keep quiet, didn't know what to answer. Freen looked up and reached for her face, wiping the tears on the cheek. I'm sorry for making you cry. If you are not ready to answer me, I will give you some time to think. I will be waiting for you, 𝖗𝖊𝖇𝖊𝖈𝖆. Freen whispered the last part softly before getting up and turned her body around. Freen hopelessly walked towards the door as she didn't know what to do anymore if Becky couldn't accept her in her life anymore. She was devastated. Slowly bringing her feet, Freen suddenly stopped halfway after feeling a pair of arms wrapping around her waist from behind. She can feel her heart racing again. The feeling of overwhelming love hit her hard after realizing that Becky just hugged her. Freen, don't leave me again, Becky cried on. Freen, don't leave me again, Becky cried on her back, choking on her words. Don't leave me again, no matter how hard the situation is, just don't leave me again. Freen broke down into tears as she had her head down listening to Becky's words. She can feel her knees become weak. Becky tightened the hug. I can't bear with the thought of losing you again, Freen. I already suffered enough without you for 4 years. Becky confessed, sobbing. Please fix us again, our family. I want to have you in my life. I thought I was doing fine without you, and I thought I will be okay without you, but that was all just my ego. I am not okay, Freen. I was never okay. For the past 4 years, I'm just holding on in my life because of our little angel 𝖗𝖊𝖇𝖊𝖈. She is the only reason why I'm still here. Don't disappear like that again. I will really kill you by myself, Freen, and I'm not playing, Becky added, threatened. Freen turned around and faced the crying girl before pulling her into a tight hug. Inhaling the scent she had been missing the most, both of them melted into each other's arms. God. I miss you so much, 𝖗𝖊𝖇𝖊𝖈𝖆. I miss you so bad, Freen stuttered between the hug. Becky buried her face on the crock on the older girl's neck, still sobbing. She had been waiting for this moment to come, and it finally happened again. Are we good now? Freen asked. The younger girl looked up, staring intently towards Freen, while the older girl wiped the remaining tears with a small smile. Becky then buried her face on Freen's neck again, making Freen chuckle. I will take that as a yes. 𝖗𝖊𝖇𝖊𝖈𝖆, don't play too far, okay? Freen said, crouching down facing the 2 kids. Yes, Mama, Leo won't go far. Leo will take care of 𝖗𝖊𝖇𝖊𝖈𝖆, Leo said, and Freen rubs his head with a chuckle. 𝖗𝖊𝖇𝖊𝖈 too. 𝖗𝖊𝖇𝖊𝖈 will stay with Leo. Good girl, go play now, Freen said before leaving both of the kids a kiss on their forehead before standing up again, looking at them playing at the park. Freen turned around and met with a pair of brown eyes smiling, looking at her. The older girl chuckled and walked towards the bench before sitting beside Becky. Are you falling in love again? Freen asked teasingly. I think I am, Becky replied and leaned her head on Freen's shoulder, hugging her arms, making the older girl smile and leaning back. How come you never been in love with someone else for this past 4 years? I am too heartbroken to be in love again, I just want to focus on 𝖗𝖊𝖇. I'm sorry, Freen suddenly apologized, making Becky tighten the grip on their hands. Stop it, you have been saying sorry for a week now. How about you? LA have a lot of pretty girls, are you sure you never been in a relationship after Heidi passed away? Freen shook her head before letting out a small sigh. Nope, of course there's a lot of pretty girls, but my heart is still with the girl in Thailand, Freen replied smiling and wiggled her eyebrows while looking at Becky. Thailand have a lot of girls you know? I know, and the name of the girl that have my heart is Rebecca Patricia 𝖗𝖊𝖈𝖆𝖈𝖆. Do you know her? She's my wife. I think I heard about her before. Really? She's pretty, right? Freen turned her head toward the girl beside her and Becky smiled before speaking again. Yes, she is. Freen chuckled before quickly steal a peck on the younger girl's lips. Oh my god, Freen. We are at the freaking park. There's a kids around. Becky slapped her arms while Freen just laughed and pinched her nose. After we get home, I want to claim all the kisses from you, Freen said. Just say that you miss having sex with me, Becky whispered softly loud enough for Freen to hear. Freen immediately turned her head with a small smirk slowly appeared on her face. Looking at the younger girl who deliberately looking away. Let's go home. Idiot. Not now. Becky pulled the girl to sit down again, making Freen whine. Calm down, Freen. You started it first. Don't blame it on me, Freen defended herself, crossing her arms and shrugs. Mommy. Both of them turned their head and see 𝖗𝖊𝖇 running towards them, panicked all over her face as Freen and Becky immediately stood up. What's wrong, baby? Becky asked and 𝖗𝖊𝖇 pointed towards the group of kids not so far away from them. Leo hurt. What? Freen immediately ran towards them, following by Becky and 𝖗𝖊𝖇 on the back. Move. Freen yelled, gushing towards the crowded kid and saw Leo crying on the ground, holding on his wounded knee. And mama, hurt. Leo sobs. Freen kneel down and look at his bleeding knee. Freen cursed under her breath before looking at 𝖗𝖊𝖇. 𝖗𝖊𝖇, did Leo fall or what? And no, he pushed Leo. 𝖗𝖊𝖇 point towards the big boy who are hugging his dad, hiding behind his leg. Freen stood up and closed her eyes, trying to calm herself down from doing something. Becky immediately kneeled down, looking at Leo's condition. Hey, you, Freen pointed towards the tall man. What? You gonna blame my son for that? We need to talk, Freen looked at him coldly as he walked closer toward them. Little boy, why did you push Leo? You know it's not a good thing to do, right? Hurting people is bad. Whoa, are you trying to teach my son? Who are you to do that? It's not my son's fault, your kid is too weak to play here, he replied with a little smirk. Freen can feel her anger slowly raising up inside of her, clenching her fist. Freen leaned closer to them, but Becky quickly held her arm. Freen, no, it's not worth it, Becky whispered softly, rubbing her arm. The older girl chuckled and exhaled loudly. Bastard. Freen mumbles loud enough for him to hear before turning around, carrying Leo in her arms. Wait, what did you just call me? Freen ignored the man and quickly walking towards her car, following with Becky and 𝖗𝖊𝖇. Becky worriedly looking at the mad girl, knowing how mad is she right now. The ride went silent, Freen still feeling the anger inside of her. She just holding herself from kicking his ass. 𝖗𝖊𝖇 is sorry, 𝖗𝖊𝖇 suddenly apologized. Freen and Becky immediately glanced towards the little girl at the back. Why are you sorry, 𝖗𝖊𝖇? Becky asked. Leo just protected 𝖗𝖊𝖇, the little boy want to take Care Bears from 𝖗𝖊𝖇 and then Leo stop him. Then he said Leo is weak and pushed him. 𝖗𝖊𝖇 explained, looking down on her hands. Freen sighed and let out a small smile, looking at the little girl from the mirror. It's not 𝖗𝖊𝖇's fault, it's the little boy's fault, Freen explained carefully while Becky looked at her. Becky can feel her heart beating faster looking at Freen. The younger girl let out a smile before looking away again. Leo, next time if someone try to bully you again, tell him that mama can break someone's neck. Freen. What are you saying? Becky slapped her arm, making Freen groan and look at her with a furrowed eyebrows while Becky shot a death glared toward the older girl, couldn't believe she just really said that in front of the kids. What's wrong, Beck? It's true. Leo, don't listen to mama, Becky warned. Can mama really break someone's neck? Leo suddenly asked. Oh, definitely dash. Becky closed her mouth, stopping the girl, making Freen laugh and push her hand away. Beck, I'm driving. Then stop saying something stupid.